I'm in Exeter, Rhode Island, at a cemetery. A lot of cemeteries on this trip. This one's for all you vampire believers. Very strange story, and appears to be true. This grave right here, Mercy Brown. So apparently this is a part of the, back in the day, the wider New England vampire pandemic. This kind of goes along with the Caged Graves video that I did a little while back, where there was this, although that was more for people exhuming bodies, stealing, grave robbing, stealing the bodies for scientists and teachers and universities, there was also an element of fear of vampires. And this is the best documented case of bodies being exhumed because of a fear of they were vampires and they were coming back. And it all has to do with one family. This is the Brown family. George T. Brown was the father. This is the wife, Mary Brown. And what happened was, at first, Mary Brown passed away. Now, it turned out that they all died from tuberculosis, but at the time, nobody knew that. So all I know is Mary, his wife, died first. And then years later, their daughter, Mary, died. And then Mercy Brown died. And after that, the son, Edwin Brown, was sick and he was dying. And they believed that these girls were vampires, and then they were going after or trying to kill the rest of the family. So one by one, their bodies were exhumed. Mary Brown, the wife, the daughter Mary Brown, and those bodies were very well decomposed. I mean, they were as they should be. So Mercy had died 2 months before this. She had died in January. Her body was still in a crypt that's on the property, and I'll show you the remains of that crypt in a second. But her body for 2 months had been laying in the crypt. And after they exhumed the wife and the daughter, they went and checked on Mercy and found that there was really very little, if any, decomposition. So they thought that she could very well be a vampire and could be trying to kill her brother, the son. So the way the story goes is that they cut up her heart and cut up her liver and mixed them, cut them up, mixed them with water, created like a tonic, and Edwin drank that stuff. And he ended up dying anyway, but believe it or not, he was buried first, and then they buried Mercy. But in any event, pretty much the whole family was wiped out, and it all turned out to be tuberculosis, but at the time, they didn't know that. So this whole situation happened in 1892. The father he never died. He's the only person in the family who did not die. He actually lived till 1922, so he lived a pretty good long life. Never ever catching any kind of tuberculosis or anything from a vampire. But I'm going to show you this old crypt now too. It's just down this pathway here in the cemetery. So this is it. This is where Mercy's body was for 2 months. This is the old crypt on the property. You can't get inside it, but we can see what's down here. There's an old tombstone down here, back here. Yeah, you can't even see inside this thing. Interesting to say the very least. I'll show you the entrance again. It was all bricked up. This is the other side. Yeah, there's just no way in here. But this is, goes back to the 1800s. You can imagine bodies waiting in here for the springtime, for the ground to thaw. That's exactly what happened with Mercy's body. So anyway, that's the story of the Brown family in Exeter, Rhode Island. Look it up if you want some more information. There's plenty of stuff online about it. Also, you might be wondering what this is around the bottom of the gravestone. Well, this is just so people, it makes it harder to steal Mercy Brown's stone. It's just this steel bar that goes around it. I'm sure it's happened before. All right, I'm getting out of here. Hope you like the story of the Brown family in Exeter, Rhode Island. Very strange. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.